Assume that matched pairs of data result in the given number of signs when the value of the second variable is subtracted from the corresponding value of the first variable. There are 10 positive signs, 5 negative signs, and 3 ties. Use the sign test with a 0.05 significance level to test the null hypothesis of no difference. Is your answer going to be A, test statistic 10, critical value 3, reject no difference? B, test statistic 5, critical value 4, fail to reject no difference? C, test statistic 3, critical value 5, reject no difference? D, test statistic 10, critical value 3, fail to reject no difference? Or E, test statistic 5, critical value 3, fail to reject no difference? Before we begin to solve this problem, let's look at what's given. It's telling us we have 10 positive signs. We have 5 negative signs. We have 3 ties. And it's telling us to use a sign test with a 0.5 significance level to test the null hypothesis. Null is the key word of no difference. So, first of all, what that's telling us is our H0 is going to be no difference. In other words, they're equal. Our H1, oops, we don't want to cut that. Our H1 is telling us there's a difference. In other words, they're not equal. Now, we have 10 positive signs, so we will write that. Positive equals 10. We have 5 negative signs. Negative equals 5. And we have 3 ties. Now, when doing a sign test, we disregard the ties. Disregard ties. So, what we need to look at is what is going to be the test statistic. The test statistic is the sign that occurs the least. So, your 5 occurs the least. So this is, this is the test. This occurs the least. So that's our test statistic. Because remember, we disregard ties. Okay, so we know the test statistic. To find the critical values, we're going to use table A7. So let me write critical value. Now N. Our N is our positive and our negative signs combined, so our N is 15, which is right here. Remember I stated earlier this is a two-tailed test because of the fact of them being equal or not equal, and it's a significance level of 0.5. So we want to use our N is 15, and it's two-tailed, and it's our significance level of 0.05. So this is a column up here that we're going to use. And when you come down and across, they meet at 3. And that's how you find the critical value. So your critical value is 3. All right. Since 10, which is your positive amount of signs, is greater than 3, we are going to fail to reject H0. So let's write that down. Since 10 is greater than 3, fail to reject H0. We're saying there is no difference. So let's look at our choices again. We have choice A as being the test statistic of 10. That won't work. We have choice B as a test statistic of 10. Okay, that's okay so far. Critical value 4. Well, that's not going to work. We said our critical value was 3. Choice C, our test statistic is 3. Well, that's not right. We said it was 5. Choice D, test statistic of 10. That won't work. We said it was 5 because remember your test statistic is the sign that occurs the least. So choice E, test statistic 5. That works. Critical value 3. That works. Failed to reject, no difference. And we did. We failed to reject H0, which said no difference. So our correct answer here is E. Failed to reject, no difference. E.